What's going on, guys, and welcome to Your Altcoin Daily News, a brand new cryptocurrency channel dedicated to bringing you your daily dose of crypto news, updates, price predictions, and anything cryptocurrency related. So before we get straight into the video, because I know you guys want to figure out how to become rich off of cryptocurrency and how Bitcoin is going to hit 35,000, I just want to go over who I am and why I decided to start this channel. So my name is Shay, and I've been working in the finance industry for a little while now. And to be honest with you guys, I never thought that I was going to go into finance as a career. It was because I went into life science university, and it was not until I took a couple of electives in finance and economics that I started thinking to myself that this is very interesting. What I'm learning is very, very intriguing. And I wanted to build that into a career because I love learning about banking systems, how money is moved, the fundamental side of finance, the technical side, and what I'm doing right now in my career, I'm really passionate about. A, because I'm learning about something and I'm putting that into fruition about something that I really like, and B, because I'm helping people. I love the fact that I'm able to help someone that is in a financial predicament become financially inclined, become financially independent, and I love problem solving. And at the end of the day, I believe everyone deserves to be wealthy. If you have a goal that you want to reach, if you are putting in a 24/7 shift and you want to get to where you want to be, I believe that you deserve to get there. And that's why I think cryptocurrency is something that could tie into that. Because at the end of the day, we're only one inning into a 9-inning baseball game right now. I legit, honestly just sat down with my popcorn, popped open my beer, and I'm enjoying the game. And I believe everyone in this cryptocurrency space should sit down with me and enjoy this long ball game that we have in front of us. And why I say that is because we're so early in this technology, this blockchain technology, which is going to be the future, which is going to be incorporated. Once we start incorporating this blockchain technology into the real world application, is when we're going to see this market cap, this potential boom. And like you guys are here, I believe you guys are open-minded because there's so much FUD, fear of uncertainty and doubt. There's so much hate, there's so much bad news, bad publicity around cryptocurrency right now, and yet you guys are still here. And I applaud you for that because you guys are only 1% of the world that truly believes and is invested in cryptocurrency. I don't want to go into too much detail because I feel like I'm going to make a video in the future just sitting down and talking to you guys about cryptocurrency. But in this video, I just want to go into what is happening around the cryptocurrency space and why I believe Bitcoin is going to hit 35,000. So let's get into that. Okay, so let's dive straight into it because I know you guys want to figure out how we're going to get to $35,000 Bitcoin this year, and as you guys can tell from the title. And I know for sure that we're going to be going on a huge bull run this year. And before we get into it, I just want to look at a little bit of the technical side. So I just want to look at a couple of resistance points that I see right now. So looking at the first resistance points that I see 9,200 around there as being the first resistance point. The second one being around, I would say, what is this, 12,000, around 12,000. And the last one that I see right now is around 6,000, the one that we just hit and passed. So these are the resistance points that I see at the moment. So right now we can see that Bitcoin has been going on a little bit of a run lately. Everyone saw for the last couple of days that it's been slowly going down but going back up, and a lot of people thought, oh, this is where the run is going to be. I personally don't think so. I do personally think that we can see Bitcoin going into this space right here. I can personally see that if we go up, bust through this 9,200 resistance point, we can definitely reach up to here. But going over this, I personally don't believe that we're at the correction right now. What I think will happen is we're going to go up and then we're going to test new lows right again. So I believe, looking at a little bit of the analytical side, that we're going to test 7,000 to 6,000 again, right around this price point. Let me click this, right around here. And if we do go below that and we start testing the lows right here, that's going to be a little scary, because once we start going below 6,000, then we're looking at about 5,400, and this is something that we haven't seen since last November, actually. Whoa, that's a long time. And the main reason why I don't see the volume, why I don't see the spike right now happening, is strictly due to the fact that I just don't see the volume. I just don't see enough volume pushing us into a bull run right now. Versus right here, when you saw that reversal, when it went down to 6,000, that huge reversal was due to the huge volume spike. Look at this. And we saw a huge trend up. And if we go back and look at the huge bull run that we saw not too long ago, a couple months back, we see, look at these huge volume spikes. These huge volume spikes are what is creating the huge run up that we had, that huge bull run from 5,000 to almost 19,000. And what I believe will happen after we hit this price point and test these resistance again is we're going to be slowly seeing a bull run again. Once Lunar New Year is done, once money starts slowly flowing back in around this price point, I believe it will be around March, a couple weeks after Lunar New Year, we're going to start seeing Bitcoin, and going off of historical data too, we're going to start seeing Bitcoin go back on a run. We're going to slowly start seeing going up to 20,000, 30,000, and hitting around 35 to 40,000. And that ties into what I want to go over with the Winklevoss Twins. The Winklevoss Twins believe that Bitcoin will have a market cap of $4 trillion within a couple of years, almost a couple of years to a decade. And that's almost 4,000% gain for what it is right now. And I have to give these guys respect and credibility, because because they're rich, and secondly, rich people tend to be associated with very smart people that know what they're doing. And the fact that they got into Bitcoin was $120, they put in millions and became Bitcoin billionaires, you have to consider what they're saying. And what they said was that within this year to next year, you can see a price point for Bitcoin around 100,000 to 150,000, which I believe could be the case, but you still gotta be a little ground. You can't overextend. That's why I believe that 35,000 is a good price point, because you want to be trapped in a bubble. You want to have progressive growth. And I just wanted to read a quote that they said. So if you look at $100 billion market cap today, now last week it may have been 200, so it's actually a buying opportunity. We think that there's a potential appreciation of 30 to 40 times, because look at the gold market today, it's 7 trillion market. And so a lot of people are starting to see that they recognize the store of value properties in Bitcoin. So we think regardless of the price moves in the last few weeks, which has been in a huge decline, it's still a very unappreciated asset. And I completely agree with them, because at the end of the day, Bitcoin is going to be the juggernaut that's going to move this cryptocurrency space. The Bitcoin is gold in the cryptocurrency market. And if Bitcoin goes on a run, all the cryptocurrencies, all other altcoins rides that wave. And so essentially, what I believe they say over here, criticism is just a failure of imagination, which I completely agree, because if they don't see that Bitcoin has a potential to be developed into real world application, that the blockchain technology is something that has huge potential, that can be very, very intriguing, very, very innovative in the future, people just don't see that because they haven't done their research. For example, Warren Buffett, who I have the utmost respect for, he never really understood Bitcoin, and he never really did a lot of research into it, which I understand, because if you're used to making money a certain way, you don't want to change that way. And he personally said that I really don't know too much about Bitcoin, but I can see it as a scam and a bubble. And to be honest, once you do your research, once you really understand where this technology can go, is once you realize that you can make a lot of money in this, and that you can see blockchain technology developing a real application. And that's something that they said also too. He said that cryptocurrencies aren't really for human-to-human transactions or peer-to-peer. He said, but when machines-to-machines trade economic value, they're going to plug into protocols like Bitcoin and Ethereum, which makes a lot of sense. Because once the institutional investors get into the cryptocurrency space and understand that they can use the blockchain technology to integrate it into applications, their products, that's when we will see the cryptocurrency market go on a run, go on a huge bull run, and boom. Peer-to-peer, it's not viable at the moment because the volatility is just too much. If you send Bitcoin, let's just say you send $200 to your friend and he gets it and it's $150 when it gets there, it's just not fair. You just lost $50 when he thought he was going to get 200. And this also ties into another piece of article that happened last week. It was the US Senate hearing, and CFTC chairman had a huge bullish prediction on the cryptocurrency market, and he was supporting it. He went on to say that at the end of the day, it's important to remember that if there was no Bitcoin, there's no blockchain, like I alluded to before. He just was saying that there should always be a little bit of regulation, because all the ICOs that have been scamming people, Ponzi schemes like BitConnect that have been scamming people, that's what should be regulated. At the end of the day, you need a little bit of regulation and freedom. You need that balance. Once you find that balance is where the market can grow properly without people second guessing themselves that they don't have security and insurance behind them. But if you put too much regulation, then there's no room for growth, because you just chokehold the growth that we can see in cryptocurrency. Versus if you have too much freedom, that's very harmful, and you can see more of ICOs. Like you can see more ICOs, you can see more Ponzi scheme like BitConnect, Coin, and it's honestly not something I want to see. So I really allude to what he was saying, that I want to see a little bit of regulation from the government. So I just want to go over what he said right here. He used the words hodl, which is pretty funny. So let me just play this for you guys.
Is people buying and holding. If you go on to the Twitter universe, you'll see a phrase HODL, which means hold on for dear life. And the thinking is that they buy it and hold it. In fact, I mentioned in my opening remarks my 30-year-old niece who bought Bitcoin years ago, and she's an HODL. She says, I'm going to own it. I don't know what's going to come of it, but I want to hang on to it. And she's not a fraudster or a manipulator. She's just a kid and believes in it. And,
which is funny, because the fact that he used the word hodl, we jokingly say it. Actually, we don't really jokingly say it. We live by it, but it came from a joke. The fact that someone accidentally misspelled hold, and he spelled it HODL, everyone started to integrate that into analogy, and they said that into an acronym, and it became hold on for dear life. And you have to live by that when you're in the cryptocurrency space. It moves so much. One day you could be down 50% of your entire investment, but the next day you could be up twice as much as you put in. So at the end of the day, you just gotta hold on for a dear life. If you believe that cryptocurrency is going to be the new technology that's going to be integrated into real world, you have to believe that you just have to believe and hold on. The last part that I want to go over is that the CEO of Kraken came out and said that cryptocurrency will hit a $1 trillion valuation this year, which is very, very viable, which I believe will happen if we want to see Bitcoin hit 35,000. And he goes on to say that you've got a lot more kids graduating from crypto programs at university. I think we're just going to see it continually become exponential from here on out, which is amazing. I honestly never thought that there was cryptocurrency programs at university. That's insane. So the next article that I want to get into right now is the why is cryptocurrency rating issues, fresh alert on Tether, which has been in the news, which has been in the cryptocurrency space for a little while now, and the fact that they had a dilemma with their auditing, the company that was auditing them, I believe it was LLP Friedman, and that dissolved. And Tether to this day, we do not know if it has a 1-to-1 ratio where USD is actually backed for the current assets. And that's sort of scary because it's a big issue. There's never been an audit, and the folks behind Tether has been quite shady when asked. They have continuously claimed their tokens are backed 100% by actual dollars, yet they have failed to present any evidence to support this claim. It is a little hard and it is complicated to do a full audit on cryptocurrency because it hasn't really been done before. But saying that, shouldn't they be able to let us know, or Tether, shouldn't they be able to let us know that there actually is a bank account full of USD that actually backs the assets? Because, for example, let me just figure out. According to this alert, the largest issue facing Tether is a lack of complete audit that accounts for the assets in current circulation. During the December to January, over 1 billion new Tethers were issued, which coincided with the incredible increase in price that Bitcoin experienced. So ever since then, the CFTC has sent a subpoena to both Bitfinex and Tether to get audited. And in January, I believe last week, like January 16th or 17th, the audit fell through. And what does this mean for cryptocurrency as a whole? So essentially, what happens if it's revealed that Tether doesn't have its USD reserves? According to Thomas Glucksmann, head of business development at Gatecoin, if Tether debacle unfolds, it will likely cause quite a devastating ripple effect across many of the exchanges that see most of their volumes traded against supported USD-backed cryptocurrencies. So essentially what I believe too is, if Tether was to be figured out to be a scam and it doesn't actually have the assets and the money to back the assets that it is claiming, I see cryptocurrency going on a huge dive, because the USD Tether is the only cryptocurrency right now that is making the market a little bit sane, because it is tethered to the US dollar. That's the only place where people can have a safe haven. So if you were to, let's just say, you made a huge profit on a specific altcoin and you want to cash in that profit, you tend to cash into USD because you know that your profit will stay steady. Whereas if you cash into Bitcoin, you don't know if Bitcoin is going to go down and if you're going to lose that profit. So USD Tether is definitely a key aspect to how the cryptocurrency space is right now. And if it was to fall through, it can go both ways. First, it would definitely see a decline, and then we can see a huge increase in Bitcoin, because a lot of people are going to be putting their profits, their cryptocurrencies into Bitcoin and keeping it in Bitcoin, and that could see a huge run up. And secondly, without that Tether being part of the cryptocurrency space, I can see it also booming, because there's nothing holding everyone back thinking that it's a scam. And a couple more news articles that I want to get into is John McAfee. I don't know what's up with this guy, but he tweeted out saying that I would like to apologize to Binance and to the CEO of Binance for my part in the FUD regarding the outrage last week. As a long-time cybersecurity professional, my instincts, coupled with numerous reports which were dubious in nature, overrode my better judgment. Forgive me. So if you guys didn't know, John McAfee and Binance were going at it a little bit on Twitter, because he thought that the outage that happened when the service went down to restart it for Binance, that there was a hack, and he thought that they didn't really announce any outage beforehand and that they got hacked, and they're going back and forth on Twitter. But it's good to see that he finally actually apologized. Well, I can't say that he apologized for Verge and the dilemma they had, but it's good to see that I apologized here. And the last thing I want to go over is something I want to do in every single daily update, is go over upcoming events. So what I will do is I'll go to cryptocurrency calendar, where you can the website link is coinmarketcal.com, where you can search up events and see what future developments are coming in the cryptocurrency space. So for me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over today and tomorrow in every single video. So today, what we can see is that IOTA is coming out with a meeting that is going to be discussed with Norway's largest banks at Investors Breakfast Club. I also see over here that Stellar is doing a London meetup. And these are good because you can see that iOS token right here has a tech talk consensus, which is amazing, because then you can learn a little bit more about the project. And this is really interesting because is good for swing traders, because hype and announcements usually drives up a price. And that's good because if you get into a price very low, you could swing trade into something very high. And secondly, it brings awareness to people that don't know much about a project. So for example, if there's a Q&A about a specific project and you want to learn if this project is actually reaching its goal and developing a product that you want to eventually invest in, these announcements are perfect because then you can see that, you know what, this is a technology I really like. This is a technology I want to invest in. I also see right here that Electroneum is getting on next exchange. That's amazing. Rebellious is doing a token burn. That's pretty good. I know Tron is having a token burn next month. And so you guys can go through this and see if there's anything that you find intriguing. You just have to put in the date that you guys want to look at, the coin or the token, and then just hit search. So that is about everything for today. I just want to let you guys know that I'm very, very thankful that you guys sat through this video. And as you guys can tell, this is my first video. So if there is any suggestions, any feedback that you guys have for me, I would love to hear it. Whether it might be the sound quality, my formatting, how the video was, anything that you guys can leave below. I want you guys to express it freely. Because opinions is what matters for me the most. I want to build a community that is going to be one of the biggest cryptocurrency communities out there, and that comes from you guys. So at the end of the day, I want you guys to give me your feedback, your honest feedback, honest suggestions, and I want to grow from here. So like I said, thank you so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and peace.